Hey everyone, a long time no talk, for real. I have been busy. So that's why I look like a mess. Oh my God. That might be as good as it gets. I think so. So I figured today, let's talk about something I've never talked to you about. My first house. I have always been a very driven, kind of like, build my own life based on HGTV values kind of gal. I grew up watching Gail Vaz Oxlade from that show about money. What was that called? Till Debt Do Us Part. Anybody else? Yes? No? It was this show about how like manageable debt is if you really think about it and you don't be a ridiculous person. Sorry to anybody that's in debt right now. Like, no shade. But I became one of those people that was like, I will never. Okay. Actually, there's a story behind that. So I lived my life. I was mostly a competitive singer, so I won money off of that, and that was kind of my life. I was like a babysitter slash, I don't know, I worked at Toys R Us. I worked at Chapters. Good times, good times. So when I was in grade 12, I decided I wanted to buy myself a Mac laptop. I had never had a laptop before. So I was saving my money, but I needed a little bit of a loan from my parents. So they helped me out with that. And then like 1 week later, I got in a car accident. That's a story for another time. But yeah, so I got in a car accident. I totaled my van, my parents' van, and I ended up owing them like $3,000. Yeah, I was not like this spoiled child that my parents were like, don't worry, we got it. No, they were like, give us some money, which was good. I am not complaining. I think that instilled really good values into my life and spawned the fact that I decided once I paid them back, I never wanted to be in debt again. I hated the feeling of owing somebody money. Hate it. Hate that. So when I graduated high school, I had applied for the program that I wanted to get into. I didn't get into it. So instead of just like going into any program, which my mom wanted me to do, she was like, just go. You need to just go somewhere. Just like have fun. No, I did not want to waste my money. That was not fun to me. That didn't spell fun. You can't spell funds without fun. So I needed funds with a D. Funds. It's really funny. Anyway, after high school, I went out and I got 3 jobs in kind of different fields because I wanted to make sure I knew I was going into a field that I liked. So I tried retail, I was teaching, and what else was I doing? I forget. I honestly forget now. Either way, I like tried a whole bunch of different things. I really decided that I wanted to be a teacher in musical theater. This is what I wanted to do. So I worked these 3 jobs and I saved all my money. And it got to the point where I was able to pay for all my schooling or buy a house. So after my first year of school, I paid off what I owed for the first year. And then I convinced my parents, I want to spend the rest of my money on buying a house. I think that would be financially more stable. So I spent the summer researching houses, like perfect houses that I could live in and rent them out. That was the key component. So I bought a house 5 minutes away from the school that I went to and we rented out all the rooms and it was actually a sick deal. I lived in the house for like 2 months. And like every day I was calling my parents because my parents lived 5 minutes away. And I was like, pick me up, take me out for dinner, feed me, do my laundry. So it didn't really work out the way that I wanted it to. I ended up moving back home, lived with my parents, but we continued to rent the house out. Fast forward a few years later, I graduated from my program, years of rentals. It was like awesome, but also not awesome because it turned into a frat house because I wasn't living there. So as you can see, it wasn't quite in the same condition that we left it in. I thought it was just gonna be like this adorable house until this group of guys moved in and they just like, it was so bad. It was so bad. The house was bad, and my husband, he was my boyfriend at the time, but he and I decided that we were going to live in the house, and they moved out and we had to tackle the house. First of all, the backyard, literally, like the entire backyard was covered in weeds up to, I mean, I'd say 4 feet tall. And they also had a dog, which I'm pretty sure was not in the lease. And these guys, they were in university. They didn't exactly take care of their dog the best. As we pulled the weeds, literally we found minimum 20 little bags of shit that were just like in with the weed. Like they would just pick it up, but like leave it outside. It was a nightmare. I can't even imagine. I feel so bad for the neighbors. They probably were just shaking their heads. It was bad. There were posters with like BB gun holes on the walls. They smashed the entire glass patio door. We had to get a new door. They smashed another door. Like, it was ridiculous. And they glued a fucking mirror to the wall. They like cement glued it to the wall. And it was impossible to get off. We like had to haul ass to get it off, and then it shattered everywhere. So maybe that's 7 years bad luck. Am I feeling lucky? Honestly, I am. So guess that's not real. So here is the journey that we went through from beginning to end with all my DIY projects in the middle. Hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button. Stay tuned for more, right? Until next time.